I'm going to show you guys my current mod list that I got running here on 1.03, and just go back and follow my steps if you want to try any of these mods on that version. You got to go into properties and change, and it'll take a little bit to install that version. Let's jump right into it. So not counting these mods here, starting with Custom Companion. This one's a really good mod. It lets you edit yours and your companion stats. Max Attribute, that brings your stats up to 15 instead of 10. There's improved smithing and Relentless Smith. Basically it just gives you like unlimited smithing, just about unlimited. This unlocks all the smithing items, but not your custom parts, alright? Dismemberment, Fire Lord, these are all my fire items. WQ Fire, WQ Fire and Fire Pot, that likes those are throwing items. Perfect Fire Arrows, that gives everybody high tier archers fire arrows, not just your character. Dead Shot's a slow motion, chance on shooting, heal on kill, feel the hit. Faster movement is almost like a sprint, and my little warband is troop editor. Feel the hit is like it makes it different, so your sword doesn't just like clip through your opponent. So here's the main mods that I started with. It was GT, Carbon Body, and these are all the accessories to go with it. The best one being Cult of, or not the best, but the biggest one that gives you the most stuff is Cult of the KOTK. It's called in on Nexus mods, but all these will give you different clothes for those troops. You end up having more clothes than the regular female troops. So Weapon Shield gives you dual wield, but you can only use it as a shield. And these ones here, Angry Red, those are really cool. It's all legendary stuff like weapons, a couple animals like beasts, and these are all weapons. Elite Merc gives you a couple like Spartans, and Gondorian armor is just a few different Lord of the Rings armors. Warrior is Samurai. All these are just item imports from here down, at least for the next couple. So these explain themselves. Bandit armors, that's V-body armors, which is another mod for the female body. There's Barethian helmet, which is like a deer, a knight helmet with deer antlers. The exotic weaponry, that's like elf blades, which I use for samurai blades and things like that, because I wasn't able to get katanas. These ones are kind of self-explanatory. A couple two-handed swords, fantasy shields. You get a Spartan shield, and these are all bows, special bows. I couldn't get Ballista and Star Hunter to load in a battle, but I could use their arrows. Super Javelin, more throwables, CC banners, I think everybody knows that one. And here's all the gameplay mods, I guess you would call them. Chaos Common and Tweaks. This mod here is huge. If you haven't heard of that one, definitely check that out. And these last three just are some of them are hair, those are masks, and one of them is for the hair cover there. The first one just makes it so the hair comes through the helmet for the female troops. And these bottom ones here work too, but they're kind of optional. Chaos Tweaks has a slicer in it. So that went by really quick, but here I'll try to show you in game some of them, how they work. So first, we can check nearby tournaments, and those two, it gives you enough time to get to either one. here's the import-export troops. And here's the custom troops, which you can make with my little warband. And of course, if we go into the shop, there will be lots of the item imports. Not all of them. Some of them are required cheats. I don't have cheats activated, but depending on the culture and how they were programmed, they'll appear in different places. And obviously, if they're rare, you're gonna have to wait till later in the game for them to show up. But I've already seen a lot of custom stuff. I'm not too far into this game. I'll have to have a look at what level I am. But I've seen a lot of new stuff. Just gotta travel to the different cultures and to see like some of the different armors and stuff like that. Here's some of my companions. One thing is I wasn't able to get an editor to edit the way they look. The custom companion only changes how many you can have and allows you to generate random ones and then edit the stats. That's the main feature. So I'm just displaying that a lot of them have the unique weapons and armor that I downloaded, that I showed you in the mod list. Most of them are wearing custom stuff. A lot of it is the KOTK items. You get a huge list of tier 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 even of all cultures. Really cool helmets like Samurai, a Spartan, and a shitload of like Viking and Barbarian type ones, Sturgeon, Battanian, and Bandit, however you want to look at it. And you see it doesn't unlock the custom things. You'll have to unlock those through the mods itself, so that I can deal with. But all of the vanilla swords are unlocked, and with the smithing changes, you can smith all day with just one character. So I mean, it still takes a long time, so it doesn't really make it any less of a grind. And here's the editor. It's pretty simple. Like, you can just scroll through yours and your companions, and you can add unlimited stats to all of them. Actually, what I've done is made the maximum potential. I see the first ones, I completely maxed them all out so that all they have to do is level up in those specific areas, because they start with no experience. What I did later was I found the better thing to do was to put it up to 15, so they're max potential, but don't do the skills. Kind of, it leaves a little more of the game if you level them up and add the skills with vanilla points. But that's up to you. That's the thing. It's your mods, your game, your world. You can create it however you want. So here's my troop tree, my Amazon troop tree, and there's tons of accessories. And you can actually, with this body, you can use different armors. Like, you can still use the male armor, and like I mentioned the vanilla V body mod, I can use those armors too, which is like a much slimmer build. The catch is it needs to be full covering armor. If there's any skin showing, what that means is it's using the texture underneath, and the big bonkers will come clipping through the armor. So here's a lot. Look at, I'm just scrolling through all the items. Tons of cool things. Some of them really overpowered. A lot of them are reasonable though. They match up with vanilla items, but a little stronger. A lot of good bows, different arrows with different effects. some of the legendary angry red animals. That's where these weapons came from. The Asian writing. I'm just gonna show you these mounts that came with the angry red. These ones are really cool. You get a moose and a buffalo. They're like albino winter animals. They go great with like Vikings and stuff. And here is some of the helmet accessories, which are masks. You get some really cool ones here. Some of them are full helmets, they're not all just masks. And then there's hair. So the hair is actually pretty strong armor. So you can change up all your female characters' hairstyles without losing any armor points on your higher tier characters. So as you can see, I got all kinds of cultures from that one troop. Yeah, samurai, Spartan, Viking. Over on this side, Knights, Crusader, Assassin, Immortal, and then Jaguar, War Chief, and Valkyrie. And most of these are like, it's pretty overpowered characters. But that's kind of what I was going for, is I want to be able to take a small group of heroes and take on large quantities of regular troops. Here's my farmer troop tree, which kind of does the same thing. I kind of did it like Age of Empires with different cultural roots. You can see there's Celtic Guardian, Viking, Assassin, Immortal. It's pretty similar to the Amazon tree. So this is my newest character that I'm still kind of working on, is the ninja. You kind of get the idea with that. It's cool because you can use all the item imports along with it. So that first one's kind of self-explanatory. Here's Deadshot. You can increase the speed and as well as the probability. Diplomacy, this mod is huge. You get a lot of options. You can tweak all this stuff. I still haven't got into messing with it, but this is a really cool one. It can take a long time just explaining all these different things, but this is definitely one to add to any playthrough. So as you can see, a lot to play with there. Dismemberment, this one's pretty cool too. You can really turn down the chance or turn it up. I like to turn the percent chance down so it's not overplayed. Because once you start killing a lot of characters, it really makes the fights last a long time. So less is more with that. Here's Fire Lord. You can really tweak a lot of the settings. Heal on kill. This one's pretty cool too. So you heal per kill and per hit, and AI and hero troops, enemy and friendly, can also have the abilities too. Koases Tweaks. Now this one, I just learned about this mod, and this one is huge. This is bigger than the diplomacy mod. So many things to go through. I still haven't quite got into messing with it. What I am using it at the moment for time and slicing. So here's the slicing one. It's not like cut through everyone. It just gives you cleaving, so you can cut through a couple people, just like the executioner axe. Yeah, look at all this. You get clan tweaks, crafting tweaks, item tweaks. I mean, so what happens is anytime you change something, it's gonna reset your game, and those tweaks will be enabled on the next play. So highly recommend that. The Koases Tweaks. The other one was a dependency, Chaos Commons, I think, or something. You'll have to look it up in Nexus. And here's a little bit of that sped up time. I'm just going to catch up to these guys. And I would display, I'm just going to show the match start just to prove that the mods are running. I would show you the battle, but what happens when I got my screen recorder running, my system just can't perform. So this is where I'm going to end it. Thanks for watching. Basically, this is just like practice for me, and why I'm documenting it is maybe it'll help some other people if they want to do a playthrough similar to this, because I just wanted to get started with this carbon body for the female troops to create the Amazon tribe, and my next playthrough will be on a newer beta version, and I'll probably post and share all that stuff too, just to share my findings, because it's actually a lot of work running and testing these mods. So anyway, all these will work for you as long as you look at the version of the mod itself. You gotta match it up with the beginning of the video. But all these, most of them you can add during a save game. But anyway, that's all. Thanks for watching, dudes.
Soldier, follow me! Cavalry, after me!